Welcome back to Speed Demon Painting, where we're starting a new little adventure for a skirmish game in our gaming group. We picked up the Showdown at Retribution starter set for Wild West Exodus. The original plan was to do a full review of the box, but things decided to be different, or a bit of bad luck happened, and there was something wrong with the box that Warcradle sent me. And regardless, I'm still going to open it to show you what's inside of it and ask or try to answer a few questions that veteran players might have in this case. Well, we start off with a neat little box. It comes off with the slider until you open up the gorgeous little Warcradle Studios box that comes with it. Really solid box. I always hang on to these whenever I get them because they are super solid for storing things in. What did we find inside? Well, your usual gaming aids, your tokens to play with. These came, of course, in a wrapper, but took it off. Your rule book, a quick little campaign guide, and a quick starter guide on it. So that wasn't exactly. This is exactly what you would expect. Also came with 2 sets of dice, which is what you would hope to. They're lovely dice. They use a D10 system in this game, which always worked great in the second edition of the game, and I'm pretty sure it will again. They've moved over to the template that we know from Dystopian Wars. The turning template is being used as well now in the rule set, it seems, and yeah, it's still the traditional blast template, and you get a nifty little ruler to go with it as well. That we know from Dystopian War. So this has moved over to the other dystopian age game called Wild West Exodus. More about these later. You get 2 action decks with it. I will be making a comparison between the 2 of them, so don't worry about that. Veteran players will know if they can hang on to their cards or dump all of them in the bin. Spoiler, don't. And then you have the bases that come with it. I had all of my bases, including one from the infantry and everything. Never got any infantry, sadly. Same with these. It's lovely that they include the base options for 4 large bases. So there's a few models on here, a few sprues should be in here that can be built as multiple options, and they all came with the correct ones. You get 7 oval medium bases, and you get 4 new type large oval bases in them. It also came with the hero sprue. It's a lovely bit of kit, really. This one half of them forms the models for the Enlightened. Smash and grab. You can see the bits on here. You have the tiny little legs, which appear to be ball sockets with tabs on them. So I'm guessing there is some level of posability on them, which I hope. There's 6 of these spider legs. Normally there's 3 here. Oh no, there's 4 of them. My mistake. There's 4 of them on these, along with the 2. Yeah, this is why I was thinking 6. 2 of the smaller grabber arms. Really looking forward to it. Does seem like it slots in here, but if you just slice these nubbins off, I'm pretty sure you can go mad with the positioning on them, should you so desire. Yeah, that seems like an easy enough conversion to do. Emily Noulier on here. It's gun. Do recommend building Eiffel in multiple parts though. Tesla seems like a pretty huge man for his given the length of this leg. This is going to be a large piece of armor, but he should look like a dystopian age version of Iron Man, I think. So that's great. Big old power fists. Love me some of that. Yeah, great sprue this. Now, onto the bit that went wrong. This is what came in here. It's the Iron Horse sprue, filled to the brim with plastic. You get all of the different head options around here. Hats if you want to make it into or turn it into lawman bikes. Comes with these sort of knee pad things, which are more sort of associated with the Union, I guess. Some more neutral biker trousers for the rest, and these have the same types of shin guards on here as the lawmen have, so that looks great. Many different types of torsos. This is pretty obvious that it is one of the enlightened ones. I think this is supposed to be part of the bandit set. This guy, yeah, enlightened one, clearly enlightened one. I'm guessing this is a Union regular trooper with all of the webbing and satchels on it. And I'm guessing this one is going to be more of a lawman version to go with it. Should you so desire, they also have a female torso on here with some female heads, so that's always great to see on these new sets as well. They also have a fully robotic version. This is for the Iron Eagle option. The Iron Eagle option essentially comes with the two big old slabs of sight armor, it seems, along with this one, the back piece that's sort of set up behind them. Going to keep these separate because I think they're going to be a nightmare to paint up otherwise. I'm also happy to see this, which means that the big cow catcher in the front is a separate piece from all of the rest, and it should be fairly easy to paint up this way. I'm thinking painting this up on the sprue is going to be the better part, the better option in this case. Right. Now, sad thing is, and I'm pretty sure Warcradle is going to help me out with their customer service. It's the first time I've had to use them, so I'm curious about the idea. 7 identical sprues, sadly. No monocavs for me. The 3 sprues, well, makes it more obvious, of course, that it's 7 of the identical ones. This is very nice about their sprues, which I like. You can see how it stacks up in this case. But yeah, I essentially got a massive pack of iron horses by mistake in mine. And I'm sure Warcradle will set this right. I'll be contacting them soon about this. And I'll keep you updated. See how that experience goes. That's a review in and of itself. If I get an update, I'll also make sure that I put this in the video description if it's resolved as well. And yeah, that's essentially what I got in the box. Now, there's one thing I promised as well that I would take a look at, and that's these things. This is my old set of cards. They came with these symbols. I ordered or sorted them out. They came with some old sets. This is the new set of cards that come with it. Old set of action decks, and then comparing those to the new ones for the action decks. I come with version 110, doesn't say anything on here. However, that being said, the new ones are still the exact same number of 3s that the old one has, the exact same number of 1, i.e. 4 of them, and the exact same number of 4 cards that you get in them. So I'm not too worried about any of them. There should also be a single 5er in here somewhere that I found, which was in here. Just seemed to have misplaced it. Must be somewhere in between these things. So yeah, that's essentially what we end up getting with these things. 1s, 1s, and the 5ers. Ended up underneath here, but we'll see about that. Or it might have... here it is. Accidentally stuck it with the rest because they're almost so identical that you can't find them. Anyway. So, action decks, that's great. That's all the same. Adventure decks, however. If we slap those out, I reordered mine. As you can immediately tell from the symbols, triggered activation versus trigger activation, that's one thing. So they changed out these. If you had a hat, it becomes a +1 triggered activation. And when you're looking at the glory, it just mentions that if you have to destroy a hands type, it becomes a hands/troops type. If we go and look at card number 2, notice that you can easily track what these are. So refill, a refill again. And if you look at the glory cards that are involved with these, let me just quickly turn these around for a better readability as well. It says you have to use a take one for the team. It says take one for the team, so that's nice and easy. Destroy a face unit essentially becomes destroy a face or a specialist unit. But otherwise, seemingly in identical cards, you can still use them. Plus one action point, quite bold letters. Destroy a support, so nothing has changed here. Again, the triggered activation thing, where usually you get one for take one for the team. Plus one mind stays plus one mind. Hands becomes hands and troops. I'm pretty sure if you have boss, it'll say boss/commander, because that's the new keyword that they introduced as well for the whole thing. But yeah, it's the exact same set of cards that you can go through. You're not going to have any issues with the old version versus the new ones. So I was looking through it. Looks great. You can still use your old versions should you have them, and you can go for the new ones should you have those. So great. Something good for the veteran players. Always nice that Warcradle is surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, it should be really kind to their veteran players, and actually doesn't force them necessarily to buy all new stuff all the time. You can just use your old toys on these. So if you want to have a game when the new books drop, you can. Super happy. Again, update follows when I get more news about the replacing the sprues. If I have to send them back, if I just get a new replacement box. I've only ever had to contact Games Workshop customer service so far, and they are stellar. So let's hope Warcradle is able to match that. And I'll see you how we get on in the new video. Bye!